Tonight, Moviedrome proudly presents Lolita, the story of a lecturer in French literature and his amour fou for a pre-teenage nymphette. The film, of course, is based on Vladimir Nabokov's book, which was popularly considered to be unfilmable until a young American director called Stanley Kubrick took it up. The script is by Nabokov, and it's very good, although not overtly literary. Nabokov was born in Russia. English was his second or maybe even his third or fourth language, and perhaps not surprisingly, he became a master of the idiom what we speak. If you ever yearn for literary indulgence, I would urge you to check out his book Pale Fire, a brilliant parody of epic poetry with an insane subplot running through the footnotes. Given the extreme literary quality of Nabokov's writing and the near impossibility of depicting Lolita on the screen, the film is a great success. It might almost be called the first great Kubrick film, made after he directed Paths of Glory, replaced Anthony Mann on Spartacus, and was fired from One-Eyed Jacks. Lolita is the bellwether of Kubrick's career, packed with fine, larger-than-life performances and imbued with a tremendous, cynical sense of humor. Shelley Winters is outstanding as Lolita's mother, and Sue Lyon is perfect as the demon nymph herself. James Mason plays the increasingly desperate Professor Humbert with a finely judged sense of understatement. But the mad acting laurels must go to Peter Sellers in a strange triple or quintuple role which prefigures his work in Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove, made the following year. Kubrick has today become the untouchable director. He makes one movie in great secrecy every 7 years. Apparently he is an Anglophile. At least he refuses to work anywhere but in England, which may explain the slightly odd version of Vietnam which he hewed from London's docklands in Full Metal Jacket. I like most of Kubrick's work a lot, particularly his science fiction movies Dr. Strangelove, Clockwork Orange, and 2001, and it was a great pleasure watching Lolita again. Nevertheless, I would be delinquent in my iconoclastic duty if I didn't add, I think that Stanley's lately taken to pulling the odd fast one. Not that it's necessarily his fault. He's been so lionized by the movie critics of this planet that he's literally become uncriticizable. I think both The Shining and Full Metal Jacket are seriously inadequate films, but you won't find many professional pundits who'll admit to anything like that. They're also afraid of Kubrick, and so desperate to find out what he's up to, and to be among the first to see his next infrequent offering, that the average review of a new Kubrick movie reads like a press release from the distributor. Is no one brave enough to opine that Full Metal Jacket should have been shot on location? Or doesn't one lone dissenting voice feel that The Shining was a boring film? Here tonight, though, is a film that is not boring. In fact, a film which is sensationally funny and weirdly sad as well. It was, portentously enough, the first film Mr. Kubrick made in England, so you can have extra fun spotting the US mailboxes outside desirable residences in East Cheam. Though for the purists, we should point out that certain portions were shot in the United States. Next on Moviedrome, a request that cannot be denied.
It's that other bitch, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
The picture in the silver frame in your dresser.
Look, that picture's got nothing to do with you.
What does have to do with me?
I never lied to you.
Big deal. He never lied to me. Well, what do you want for that? The Congressional Medal of Honor?
So long.
What am I supposed to do? Sit here all dressed up in my little horse suit waiting for my lord and master to call?
Nobody asked you to wait for anything.
You're not jumping me, Buster Blue Eyes.
Get off my back, Evelyn.
Get off your back. That's where you've been keeping me, isn't it? You're nothing! You're not even good in bed!
Play Misty for me.
My first day on the job, an amazing opportunity to spend 3 months in Russia. There was just one minor snag. I had to look after 9 Irish girls during their first term at ballet school.
And it wouldn't get better.
It has to be said, she gets results. Then it occurred to me that as a school mamushka, she was my boss. The school was definitely not what the girls had expected, and somebody had to be told.
The Reluctant Mamushka, Saturday, 9:50 on 2. Well, just before we say goodnight here on BBC2, I'd like to remind you that BBC Radio will be broadcasting through the night. You'll find Lynn Parsons on Radio 1 and Charles Nove on Radio 2 now. But I'm afraid that we on 2 are now homeward bound. I hope you've enjoyed your evening with us and that you'll join us again tomorrow night. Until then, from all of us here at Television Centre in London, this is Helena Kozak wishing you a very happy and peaceful night. Good night.